All right, so you know how we roll here, right? We take tons and tons of information, all these articles and research papers and stuff, and we boil it down to the really cool stuff.
That's right.
And today's deep dive is into something that's really exploding right now.
Mm-hmm.
AI in agriculture.
Yeah.
We want to give you a clear picture of how AI is making farms more efficient, more productive, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
So we'll hit on some key points.
Yeah.
How much this AI market is expected to grow, how it's already boosting crop and livestock yields with things like precision farming, and the growing role of automation in tackling the labor challenges and improving accuracy.
Right.
Oh, and we'll definitely talk about how AI is making farming more sustainable by helping us use resources more wisely.
For sure.
And we got to dive into the specifics, right?
Yeah.
How AI is being used in crop management, livestock management, and even the crazy world of the agricultural supply chain.
Uh-huh.
We'll talk about the challenges and policy stuff that comes with all this new tech, too.
Of course.
And finally, we'll peek into the future at some of the really exciting AI technologies that are on the horizon for agriculture.
Sounds good.
Oh, and one quick thing. We pull info from all over the place to keep you updated. But the AI insights we're sharing here are really just for learning and, keeping things interesting. We try our best to be accurate, but no guarantees. Okay.
Yeah.
Use this info responsibly, ethically, and all that. It's not professional advice or anything like that.
Right.
All right. With that out of the way, let's jump right in.
It's really amazing to see AI going from these abstract ideas to actual tools that are changing essential industries, especially agriculture. And what's really pushing this change is a pretty basic need.
Oh, man, I love it.
By the middle of the century, we're looking at almost 10 billion people on the planet.
Wow, that's a lot of mouths to feed.
Exactly. And that puts so much pressure on the way we produce food now.
Yeah, for sure.
We have to grow more food, but we have to do it smarter and make sure it's sustainable.
Absolutely. That actually brings us to a really interesting point. The huge growth projected for AI in agriculture. The numbers are kind of mind-blowing, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
The market is expected to go from $1.7 billion in 2023 to almost $5 billion by 2028.
Wow.
It's a massive jump. It's not just a little trend. It shows a fundamental shift in how the whole industry works. And get this, a lot of this growth is because AI can boost yields and cut costs at the same time.
I can see how that's a winning combination.
Right. And a big part of this is precision farming.
Yeah, precision farming is really the foundation of this whole agricultural revolution. Traditional farming, often takes a kind of one-size-fits-all approach. You apply the same amount of resources like water and fertilizer across the entire field.
But I get it.
But with AI, we can get super specific. Imagine a system using machine learning, computer vision, all that fancy stuff to figure out exactly what different parts of the field need, even down to individual plants.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is. Farmers can then give each area exactly what it needs when it needs it. It's not just using less, it's all about optimization.
So instead of dumping fertilizer everywhere, you're giving each plant its own little care package.
Exactly. And that not only boosts yields, but also cuts down on waste, like water, fertilizer, pesticides. It's a win-win for farmers and the environment.
That's amazing. Now, another big piece of this puzzle is automation.
Yeah.
We hear about labor shortages all the time, and agriculture is definitely feeling it.
Absolutely. And that's where AI-powered automation steps in. You've got self-driving tractors, robots for weeding, and they can do these jobs incredibly efficiently and accurately.
It's like having a whole team of tireless workers.
Right. It not only helps with labor shortages, but it also makes farming operations more consistent and reliable.
For sure. What really strikes me is how these machines can work 24/7, rain or shine.
Yeah.
Tasks that are tough or just plain boring for people, robots can handle them with no complaints and fewer mistakes. And all the data they gather gets fed back into the AI, so they just keep getting better.
It's like a constant learning process.
Exactly. Speaking of valuable resources, AI is becoming more and more important for using them sustainably, right?
Absolutely. Sustainability is a huge driver behind all of this. To feed that growing population we talked about, we can't just keep using up our resources like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
AI can look at massive amounts of data about weather, soil, and water and help farmers make better decisions about how to use those resources wisely.
Like predicting when and where to irrigate, to save water.
Exactly. Some AI-powered irrigation systems have already cut water use significantly.
That's huge, considering how much water agriculture uses worldwide.
Absolutely.
And we saw some research suggesting AI could help prevent up to 25% of crop losses due to bad weather.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Right. It could be a game changer for global food security and a big economic boost for farmers.
For sure.
So we've talked about the big picture, but let's get specific. Where are we seeing AI make a real difference in crop management?
One area that's really exciting is early detection of plant diseases and pests. AI can analyze images of plants and spot problems with incredible accuracy.
Like before they even become visible to the human eye.
Sometimes, yeah. This means farmers can target treatment to the affected areas instead of spraying everything, which saves money and is better for the environment.
Makes sense.
There are also machine learning algorithms that can pinpoint, like infected areas in wheat fields, helping farmers focus their efforts exactly where they're needed. And then there's NDVI.
NDI.
It stands for Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, but basically it's a measure of plant health that AI calculates from images, often taken by drones.
Oh, interesting. So drones take pictures and AI analyzes them to tell if the plants are healthy.
Exactly. Higher NDVI scores generally mean healthier plants, and that helps farmers identify areas that might need attention. It's like having a constant health check for the whole field.
It's like having a whole team of tiny plant doctors out there.
That's a great way to put it. And it's not just about spotting problems. AI is also making irrigation smarter. Those AI-powered irrigation systems we talked about can deliver water exactly when and where crops need it.
Leading to water conservation and better yields. We've covered that part.
Right, exactly.
All right, let's switch gears to livestock. How's AI changing the way we manage farm animals?
It's a really interesting area. The idea is precision livestock farming, where the goal is to boost productivity, improve animal welfare, and reduce the environmental impact.
Okay, I like where this is going.
AI is being used to monitor the health and behavior of livestock, with sensors and cameras everywhere.
Like tiny fitness trackers for cows and pigs.
Uh-huh, kind of. These systems track things like movement, temperature, eating habits, and give farmers real-time info.
So if a cow's not feeling well, the farmer knows right away.
Exactly. That early detection is crucial for keeping animals healthy and preventing outbreaks.
Makes so much sense.
And AI can also analyze feeding patterns to optimize feed strategies.
So less waste and healthier animals.
Yes, and lower costs for farmers, too.
I see a theme here. Efficiency and sustainability.
For sure. And it extends to monitoring the conditions in barns and grazing areas, all contributing to better health and productivity.
Now, we can't talk about modern agriculture without mentioning drones. We see them flying over fields all the time. What kind of impact are these AI-powered drones having?
Drones are becoming essential for automating farming. With AI, they can do really detailed crop surveillance and monitoring.
Okay, so they're not just taking pretty pictures.
Oh no, they're gathering valuable data. They capture images that are then analyzed to assess crop health, often using metrics like NDVI, that plant health score we talked about earlier.
Right, right. NDVI.
Yeah.
So the drones take pictures, AI analyzes them, and gives the plants a health rating.
You got it. This lets farmers track growth, spot pests and diseases way earlier than they could before. It's like having an eye in the sky that never gets tired.
I read somewhere that drones are already being used for a lot of the agricultural spraying in South Korea.
That's right. They're more efficient and cut down on labor costs.
And what about that thing with drones planting trees? That's pretty wild.
Oh yeah, the reforestation efforts. Some drones can plant hundreds of thousands of trees a day.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's not just about observing and spraying, right? Drones are great for collecting and analyzing data.
Exactly. They can create super detailed maps, even with elevation data, much more accurate than satellite images. And then AI algorithms process all that data to give farmers targeted insights, like the best irrigation strategies or exactly how much fertilizer to use.
So it's not just about having cool gadgets. It's about using data to make better decisions.
Exactly. And those decisions can lead to big savings and environmental benefits. Like, there are robots out there that have reduced herbicide use by 90% thanks to data from drones.
Wow, 90%. That's huge.
It is. And there are even some places exploring drones for autonomous pollination.
Wait, drones that can pollinate plants. That sounds like science fiction.
No, right? But it's really happening.
So we've seen how AI is revolutionizing things on the farm itself. But there's a whole other world out there, the agricultural supply chain. How's AI impacting the journey of food from the farm to our plates?
That's a great question. AI is making the supply chain much more efficient with better demand forecasting, inventory control, and logistics. By analyzing tons of data, AI can predict what consumers will want in the future.
So less waste from overproduction.
Exactly. And then there are AI-powered tools for predictive maintenance, keeping farm equipment running smoothly.
Which means fewer delays and disruptions, right?
Exactly. And when it comes to logistics, AI can optimize transportation routes and delivery schedules.
Saving time and fuel, reducing spoilage.
All of that. AI is even improving packaging and storage to reduce food waste. There's so much potential to save money and boost revenue throughout the entire supply chain.
That's a win for everyone, from farmers to consumers. But like with any big technological shift, there are challenges. What are some of the hurdles we need to overcome to really make AI in agriculture mainstream?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is the upfront cost. All this fancy technology, the sensors, the drones, the software, it requires a big investment. And that can be a barrier for smaller farms that might not have that kind of capital.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? The
Yeah,
technology could save them money in the long run, but the initial investment is what holds them back.
exactly. Another big challenge is finding people with the right skills to use and maintain all this sophisticated equipment.
Right. You need people who know how to work with AI and all these new technologies.
Exactly. We need more training and education to close that skills gap. It's not just about having the tools, it's about knowing how to use them effectively.
Looking ahead, what are some of the most promising AI technologies that you're keeping an eye on?
Oh, there's so much cool stuff in development. Autonomous robots are getting more and more advanced, doing more tasks like planting, weeding, harvesting, even better than before.
So less reliance on human labor.
That's right. And there are also advancements in computer vision and hyperspectral imaging, leading to even more precise farming techniques.
Wow, so we're talking about managing soil and crops on a microscopic level.
Exactly. And then there's the development of specialized AI for controlled environments, like greenhouses and vertical farms.
Oh, right. Those indoor farms are becoming really popular.
They are. AI can help optimize those growing conditions and boost yields even further.
It sounds like we're on the brink of a whole new agricultural era.
It does, doesn't it? And speaking of the future, we can't forget about the policy and regulations that will be needed to guide all of this.
Right. We need to make sure AI is being used responsibly and ethically.
Exactly. As AI becomes more integrated into agriculture, we need clear rules about data ownership, access to technology for all farmers, and promoting ethical food production.
It sounds like a lot to consider.
It is, and it's going to require collaboration between governments, researchers, and the industry itself.
So what's the big takeaway here?
Well, it's clear that AI isn't some futuristic fantasy in agriculture anymore. It's happening right now.
It's real, and it's changing the game.
Exactly. We've seen how it's making things more efficient and productive with precision farming, automating tough jobs, making better use of resources, and really impacting every aspect of agriculture.
From individual plants to complex supply chains. And while there are definitely challenges, the potential benefits are huge.
Absolutely. AI could be key to making sure we can feed everyone and do it sustainably.
And with all these exciting technologies popping up, the future of agriculture is looking more and more intertwined with AI.
No doubt about it. We talked about how precision farming boosts efficiency, automation tackles labor issues and accuracy, AI helps use resources better, and the range of applications across farming is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and we have to remember those challenges, like the costs and needing skilled workers, if we want to see AI adopted on a large scale. But those emerging technologies we talked about are definitely exciting.
For sure. And we can't forget that policies and regulations are going to be really important for making sure AI in agriculture develops in a good way.
So with all this in mind, what do you see as the biggest opportunity, or maybe the biggest responsibility, when it comes to the future of farming with AI?
That's a good question.
If this deep dive got you thinking, hit that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and leave a comment with your thoughts or any questions you have.
We'd love to hear from you.